Hey guys, what is going on? Inception XX here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the best formation slash instructions video for FIFA 16. This is what I think is really good. It's in my opinion, so I understand if you guys have your own opinion and your own formations and instructions that work for you, but this is what works for me. So I've played a couple of games of FIFA 16 Ultimate Team, and I kind of realized that formation like 3-5-2 doesn't really work out for me because it doesn't have fullback, so people can attack the sides of my defenders really easily because I only have 3 center backs. So I decided to go with this formation because this is the other formation that people kept on saying was really good, and the 4-3-3s, but I wanted to try out this one first because it had the 2 center defensive mids, in which I think are really important in this game. So the reason why I like this formation so much is because the players just move around so nicely. Players that I have are very smooth on the ball. They move really quickly. They can pass the ball quickly and dribble around defenders quickly. Now, take into account, I do have good players. When I had worse players, it kind of felt weird to play the game in a general sense. I didn't enjoy the game that much as I am right now because of the instructions and the formation that I chose. In the beginning, I chose a 4-2-3-1, and then I chose a 3-5-2, and those two formations just didn't work out for me, and I just had enough, and I was like, you know what, I need to choose a different formation. I need to choose some different instructions and actually add some tactics this time, because I never used tactics last year, but this year I am using them because they help me play the way I want to play to the best of my ability. So right away with the fullbacks, we have this to stay back while attacking. We don't really want them to be pushing up because I feel like in any FIFA, you don't want to only have 2 center backs back there when someone's on a counterattack against you. You kind of want to have your fullbacks back there. For my 2 center defensive mids, I have them to stay back while attacking and cut passing lanes. Cut passing lanes I feel like is very overpowered in this game because interceptions are just really good in this game as well. Stay back while attacking I feel like is a general concept because you don't really defend with your back four, you defend with your midfielders, but when you have to defend with your back four, you do. I say that, I mean, if you have the chance to defend with your midfield, do that instead of defending with your back four. It's just going to help you so much more in terms of trying to figure out what a player wants to do when they're attacking while you're defending. So for the 4 players that I have at the top, I don't touch these guys at all. Like, I don't do any instructions with them. I feel like I had to figure out a way for them to, move the way I want them to. And that's why I use tactics. So if you guys don't know how to use tactics, make sure you go to the team of the week and be sure to play them offline. So for instance, right here, we're going to start a challenge here. Go to beginner. Boom, we're in a game right now. Go through all of this. Make sure you don't press A again and you go to your team management. Go to your tactics and then go to custom tactics. Now press X or square if you're on the PlayStation, and this is where you're going to see all your custom tactics. Now I'm going to show you guys exactly what I use. So these are the tactics that I use for my team. I'll explain every single detail of why I have these tactics set for me. Now, it could be different for you. The way you play this game may be different from the way that I play this game, but I'm going to show you guys exactly how I like to play this game. So for the speed, I have it for fast, basically. So it's at 67, and the reason why I want it to be fast is because basically on a counterattack, these players move really quickly on the ball, right? So the way the players move and the way they organize themselves on the pitch is really good. And the passing is in mix because I want to have players who are close but also far from me. I want to be mixed in between, but I want them to be closer to short than I want them to be long, which is why I have it set here over to 40 because I want them to be more short than long. You can set that by pushing it higher or lower to whichever one you want. If you push it higher, your players will, try to do long through balls basically. But if I do it on 40, it's basically going to be closer to short, but it's going to be mixed but closer to short basically, because my passing I want it to be short because I love the 1-2 plays in this game. They work out really well for me, so that's why I do for my build-up play because it just works really well. It's better to have them on organized. Don't put free roam because free roam is going to really piss you off, so just don't go on free roam and just play on organized. So for my chance creation, I have my passing set kind of low actually. It's on a normal, but it's kind of closer to the safe than it is for anything else. I set it for 38. The reason why I have it set for 38 is because I like it when the players are closer to me so that I can set up my own type of plays, whereas if I put them high like this, it's going to be more risky. So that's basically when you do like over the top through balls, Y passes, driven passes, all that kind of stuff. That's why I have it set to 38. Crossing, the reason why I have it at 60 is not necessarily for crossing. It's for the triple tap X / driven pass for this game. Both of those work really well in this game, but it doesn't work all the time, which is good. It's not overpowered, but it does help you a lot if they're alone in the box. That's why I have it set to 60 instead of it being lower. It's not necessarily for me to cross, but it's for me to do a ground cross so that, you know, my player can just tap it into the net, basically. Having 60 crossing makes your players run on the wings, even if you don't have wingers. Like, for instance, for me, I have cams, right? So they'll make the cams run down the wings, basically outside of the 18-yard box, and all they have to do is just triple tap X or triple tap square into the box, and all I have to do is tap it in if he's alone. So the shots I have at 48. The reason why I have it at 48 is because I kind of want it to be kind of smaller, so I want it to be around the little part. The reason why is because when you have your shooting set lower, it basically means that you're going to be taking more shots. So your players will position themselves in a certain way, that they'll be taking a shot. Like, for instance, if they're outside the 18-yard box, they'll position themselves in an area where they want to take a shot. I have it at 48 because, again, I like to predict or dictate my own plays so that, you know, the AI doesn't have to do it for me, even though sometimes it still does, right? But I have it at 48 because it works really well for me. It could be different for you, but that's what I use. I also use organized because, you know, you don't really want your players to be, you know, free roaming and moving all over the place. Personally, I mean, you guys can have free roam, you can try it out yourselves, but again, I like it to be unorganized. So before we get into defense, this is like a big deal. Before I set my tactics for defense, my defender line was on offside trap. You do not want to have offside trap in this game. Offside trap completely destroys you. Like, if you guys are not using tactics right now, you can honestly blame it on offside trap because having your defenders on cover is so much better. Offside trap basically tells your players to push up, and if they make a Y pass, they're just stuck up the field because they're trying to do an offside trap, right? But if you have it on cover, you're dictating whether you want it to be offside or if the game wants it to be offside. Do you know what I'm saying? So, like, for instance, I have it on cover. If I want to do an offside trap, I'll do it myself with my D-pad and push it up so that I want it to be an offside trap. But I don't really usually do it that much, only when I have to, like, push my players up, not necessarily to actually have an offside trap. Like, I'm not actually trying to do an offside trap, I'm just trying to push my players higher. Now for the pressure, I have it at 40 because, you know, when you push your players too high up the field, it kind of allows the other team to basically counterattack you easily because you're pushed up so far up. So if you have your pressure at 40, which is closer for it to be deep, basically, your players will be in just the right area for you to defend a counterattack and to defend in a general sense. Aggression I have at 50 because the aggression is kind of like your interceptions, basically. You kind of want them to intercept the ball sometimes, so I keep it at a 50, you know, kind of like an in-between of like low and high. So, because the interceptions are very good in this game, so that's why I keep it like this. The team width, I put it at 40 because, you know, I don't really necessarily like having players too far out the sides, but not, you know, completely gone from the sides, right? So 40 is like more towards the middle of the field because, you know, the passing plays and stuff, but they still go outside if the player is passing it to the outside area, basically, you know, outside the 18-yard box or just on the left or the right side. It's for them to, you know, send in a cross or something. But this is the big one, defender line. It has to be uncovered. Do not put offside trap. Personally, I hated, when I found out that it was offside trap, I completely hated it. So trust me, put it on cover and, you know, your life will be so much better. That's going to be it for this video today, guys. I hope it helped you guys out. The reason why I'm telling you guys about the tactics, instructions, and the formation is because I want to help you guys in the best way that I possibly can. But at the end of the day, you guys need to know what's best for yourself. This could help you, and you could have the same kind of style that I play, but when you use these tactics, you're going to start to realize certain things that you don't like, and that's when you're going to start changing things. You know, maybe you like doing long through balls. Maybe you want to shoot the ball from outside the 18-yard box. That's completely up to you. But these tactics worked really well for me. Once I put these tactics, the formation and the players, all three of those are really important. The players is a big thing because when I had non-rare golds, I did really poorly. But once I got the rare golds, I just did so much better. The way that the players moved was amazing. So that's why I'm telling you guys about these tactics. I hope this video helped you guys out. If it did, please drop a thumbs up on it, and I'll see you guys for the next video or the stream. Peace.